Well, it's time to get my next guest out. I've got no idea what we'll talk about, but we'll find something. It's Mr. Russell Brand. Here he is. Russell Brand, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, handsome. Look at you. Look at the state of you. Look at the state.
This is what I'm wearing.
Well, it's lovely to see you. So you did, we should say, you flew in this morning from Los Angeles. You actually only arrived this morning. OK? But you're not jet-lagged, you're OK? You're OK?
I feel tired and delirious, and I've been in an aquarium full of national treasures. Baffling in there.
How nice for you to meet Sir David Attenborough. I know you've been a big fan of him for many years. You haven't met him before, have you?
I once introduced him at an awards ceremony where I was rivaling him for TV Personality of the Year. You will be astonished to learn that Sir David Attenborough won that prize.
But I believe, Sir David, you are a fan, or certainly you approve of Russell's way of carrying himself.
He's a very, very bright guy.
That's very nice to hear.
That's what I say. And I said, a lot of his jokes, I don't appreciate, but
yeah. OK, let me ask you about your life at the moment, Russell, because I see you occasionally, not as often as I like to, because I very much enjoy your company. You are very focused on the spiritual side of your life, it seems to me, on meditation, on the yoga that you do. How much of your time is taken up with these kind of pursuits?
Loads. It's enough time-consuming. If you start getting into meditation and yoga, it will devour your day quite easily. How do you know when you're finished? If you're trying to think of nothing and blend with the infinite divinity that encompasses all things, all phenomena, it's difficult to go, oh, enough of that.
Yeah.
Put the telly back on.
You carry it with you?
It's there with you.
Okay.
There's a limitless consciousness accessible to us all. We can get it through techniques. I used to try and get it through the old Persian rugs, drugs. But that way you can receive a headache or a criminal record.
On which you had plenty of both, I believe.
Many headaches and what I like to call an impressive criminal record. But I have been, even since clean from drugs, I still manage to get arrested sometimes.
Well, how did that happen?
Because a lot of the laws don't seem to make very much sense. Drive in a particular way, in a particular time. This colour means stop, this one means go. Who should really decide? We, the people.
OK, we should point out, we won't need to, but I mean, I get the feeling people will watch an interview that I do with you more keenly than they would most other interviews. We should point out that you do not in any way endorse criminal behaviour.
Depends, really. I mean...
No, Russell,
actually,
Russell,
it does, because...
I am trying to keep you out of trouble. Let me ask that question again.
Oh, yeah, you've done a great job in the past, haven't you? Thank you, Uncle Jonathan.
Well, I'm trying now.
I'll be looking at a 10 stretch. You're like bloody Fagin.
I'm trying to keep on the straight and narrow.
I was regarded as a twinkly little sex addict when I met you, then I nearly ended up in jail.
Yeah, but then you buggered off out the country and left me to deal with it.
I'm sorry about that. I had to go on a special holiday.
A special holiday?
For America, I went to.
OK, all right, well, let's deal with this, because
very warm.
I didn't know, we're both keen to put this behind us, but we should mention the Saxgate incident, because that's what we're joking about. OK, I know you do. But people, I think, are perhaps curious as to not necessarily what went on, that was very well documented, but certainly how we felt about it afterwards.
Yeah.
And we did both regret the furore that we caused, not an easy thing for me to say, obviously, and also the hurt it may have caused to Mr. Sachs and his family.
Now, obviously, we regretted it because it became difficult to ascertain, it became difficult to distinguish the media phenomena from the obvious impolite act. I consider myself quite a polite person, right? But, like, sometimes you get excited when you're doing a joke. And what happened, you know when Sir David Attenborough, he was saying when the cameramen are filming an animal and they sort of think, this is brilliant, and they forget its actual reality. Yeah. I sometimes think like that with comedy. Like, I sort of think I'm doing a joke, I think, this is brilliant, and then you sort of realise, oh, that's reality with real consequences. Someone was filming me when I got that tattoo done. Look, I've got a tattoo on my hand of a Kundalini snake etched by the eminent psychiatrist Carl Jung, who was also a very mystic man. This represents the energy of our core being taken up our body so that our consciousness, that our primal consciousness can connect with our divine consciousness. I was being filmed when it happened, Jonathan, and then afterwards I went, oh no, that's there now. I didn't realise it was real because it was being filmed. I didn't think it was real.
How many tattoos do you have now, Russell? You have too many tattoos, in my opinion.
I'm smothered in the bleeding things.
Why do you keep getting tattoos?
Because I'm an addict, and if, like, I start doing something and it feels nice, I'll do it all the time. You know, it's like chocolate, how's your father, monkey business, hullabaloo, tomfoolery. I've done them all.
That's all the same thing.
I know, I've been doing it all day.
OK,
I was nearly kicked off my aeroplane.
How many tattoos do you have now, Russell?
All right, I'll show you.
Oh, I didn't ask you to, so we don't want to see. Please don't encourage him.
I felt encouraged by that.
OK, hold it. Well, that's quite a beautiful one on your arm there. These aren't like Harry Styles tattoos that are like he's just run out of paper.
Lord of the seen and unseen universe. 70% of the universe is we cannot ascertain with our senses. It is dark matter, yet Krishna rules it all. Ganesh, with his infinite compassion, removing the obstacles between us and our higher selves. And then, West Ham United, you are invited to Ashford Park.
So there's a mixture of the spiritual and the temporal there. Your interest in the spiritual world and the actual world of physical reality.
We are flesh, aren't we, Jonathan?
We are.
How can we escape our primal natures?
Now, you are more flesh than most of us, and you do seem to have more trouble escaping your primal nature than others. Or perhaps you just give in to the flow of primality.
Sometimes people are so beautiful, what can you do?
Do you have that under control, Russell?
What, the old SEX?
Yes.
Yeah, I now meditate and do yoga much more than I have physical intercourse because I suppose, really, all desire is the inappropriate substitute for union, for togetherness. We do all want to be together, like Eddie was saying, in our natural state to be... Well, you know, tribal nature is part of humanity, but we want to connect. And sometimes the simplest way to do that is through the old pink winky bridge. But there are more divine ways to do it, which also should be investigated, although they are less humorous.
And you have love in your life. I know you have great love for your mother and you have many friends.
She's all right, old mum. Yeah, I remember I used to live in her.
OK.
Then I came out here. Don't know what's next.
She's not here tonight, though. Normally she comes along to your appearances.
Yeah, she said she just won't take the risk, me and you together.
You know, I do want to say, Russell and I, we went through an unusual experience together, and even though we're both a little embarrassed by what we did, that's fair enough. The only really genuinely nice thing that came out for me was the fact that we became very close, and I value you as a friend and I admire you as a human being.
Thank you.
I'm thrilled you're here, and good luck with that. I know it'll be a huge success. Mr. Russell Brand, ladies and gentlemen.
Cheers, Jonathan.